Hello wonderful people, this is James. Welcome to Self-Made Finance, where we teach you to be your own finance manager. In a layman's language, we give you the basic financial management skills that you need to take hold of your finances. Today we're talking about situations that call for emergency funds. You know, in a lot of my videos I talk about the need to get emergency funds, but it seems people really don't get it. So in this video, I'm going to tell you 5 situations that will call for emergency funds. And you need to watch this. Welcome back to Self-Made Finance, where we teach you to be your own finance manager. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit the notification bell so that anytime we drop a video, you can have it. So we're talking about situations, things that can happen for you to fall on your emergency funds, and for that matter, the need for you to get emergency funds. But firstly, let's define what emergency funds is. Let's look at it. What is emergency fund? Emergency funds are funds that we build to take care of life uncertainties. You know, we live in a situation where life can throw anything at you without that expectation. You know, you didn't plan for it, but it happens. How do you take care of it? So these are the funds that we build to take care of some of these things. So now the situations that call for emergency funds. 1, job loss. You know, this is something that we don't wish on anybody. We don't wish that you lose your job or for whatever reason you can work again, but this can happen. This is the fact of life. It can happen to anybody. So how do you prepare yourself towards that? How do you survive when there's a job loss or when there is even a suspension or whatever, you know? So we build emergency funds to take care of such uncertainties. You can lose your job. Even if you're doing your own business, things can go sour, things can go bad. How do you manage your life and your family without emergency funds? You know, so it's very important that we build emergency funds towards some of these things. We cushion ourselves toward these things. So job loss is the first situation that calls for emergency funds. Secondly, major health issues. You know, sometimes we go through some health issues that require a lot of money beyond our normal income, you know. So how do we tackle that? How do we manage that? When something happens now, you rush to the hospital, you're supposed to pay like 10,000 Ghana cedis to be operated on. How do you do that? Do you have funds to take care of that? We need emergency funds for some of these things, you know. It's very important that we have these funds so that when some of these things happen, we can take care of them. Thirdly, funeral costs. You know, this might sound funny or some way, but in our part of the world, funerals are a big deal. You know, it's something you don't plan for. Your mother, your father, somebody related to you can go. How do you manage it? How do you know, get a funeral through, knowing very well that it's a big deal in our part of the world? How do you prepare yourself for some of these things? You cannot plan that. I expect that in the next 5 years, this person will die. My mother, my father, my sister, somebody will die. You can plan towards that. It can happen today. So how do you go through that? How do you get the things in place to ensure that you're able to go through the funeral? You need these funds. So please, life is full of uncertainties, things we don't have control over, things we don't have our hands on. And so we need emergency funds so that when some of these things happen, we can take care of them without any stress at all. Next, repairs. You know, car repairs, home repairs. You know, these things happen. You know, you move around and you hit your car. You know, you need to repair it. You need your car to move around. You need your car for your business. How do you do that? You need these funds to do that. Something happens to your home, you can't live in it without the repairs, you know. So how do you do that? You need emergency funds to tackle some of these things. A problem is that usually we don't think that these things will happen. We pray against them, and so we believe that it won't happen. But the reality is that irrespective of whether we prayed or not, it can still happen. So how do we tackle them? How do we make sure that we're able to solve them? We need emergency funds. So emergency funds are very important for repair works. Finally, the need for peace of mind and good health. You know, somebody's saying, why are you talking about peace of mind when we're talking about emergency funds? Why are you talking about good health? You know, the thing is that emergency funds give us peace of mind. It gives us confidence, knowing very well that we have a cushion when something happens, you know. There is no heart attack when something happens that needs your financial intervention because you're prepared for that. So the need for good health, the need for peace of mind is the reason why we need emergency funds. So if you're somebody that doesn't want to go through heartbreaks when it comes to things that require financial intervention, if you're somebody who doesn't want a rise in blood pressure when it comes to things that require financial intervention, then you need to take emergency funds very serious. You know, something that really gives us a lot of courage in life, a lot of confidence in life to move around without any fears, knowing very well that you are well cushioned. So emergency funds are very important in our lives. So you see, emergency funds are very important. There are a lot of things that happens that we need to fall on our emergency funds to do that. You know, job loss, as I said, health issues are there, funerals are there, repair works are there. The need to have, you know, good health or peace of mind is also there. So why don't you build an emergency funds now? Thank you so much for watching this episode of Self-Made Finance. God bless you.